And welcome back to The Buzz with Bernadette. Today we've got the lovely Bianca again.
Hi, everybody.
This could be like a regular little gig.
I think it's a regular MAFS gig anyway.
Come on, look. And we've had this discussion before. It's like, what other reality shows do you watch? Because as soon as this is finished, I'm going to be hitting you up for some more.
Yeah. I don't really do the Love Island and the Love is Blind. I'm more about a housewives person.
Yes, I am too.
I do. Yeah, I love my Beverly Hills. We've got Sydney at the moment.
Oh my God, I haven't started Sydney. Have not started.
Girls are not disappointing already.
Oh my God, really? Now, is there a Perth girl? She was formerly from Perth.
She was a former Perth girl.
Oh, I saw something pop up on Instagram,
Yeah.
but I don't know much.
No.
But I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Are we still keeping up with it's all the fillers and the Botox?
I'd say so.
Times 10?
Yes.
I thought maybe, could we once just have maybe a natural episode?
Sydney is very extravagant when it comes to housewives. Like you would think Beverly Hills,
Dubai bling.
designers, the money. Wow. Our Sydney girls really give them a run for the money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And it's such a shame that you don't watch Love is Blind because I'm into that. I might have to do solo episodes for that.
Sorry.
Very sad. So we're going to start off with MAFS. We went, obviously, one of the biggest things that happened this week was Paul, Karina situation. So they had a little bit of an argument. He found out that she had slept with a rapper a few years ago. I automatically thought Drake, but no, it was not. And so he got angry. Bottom line is he punched her the door, actually.
Yeah.
So hard that I heard that they did have to
repair
the
hole in the door.
Oh my God, which would be extremely scary for Karina to see that. Also the circumstances around him and that story of finding out, because I also heard whispers of like, it wasn't just like he found out she slept with a rapper.
No.
It was like they were in the car or something, and then it was almost like a vindictive, like then she put the music on or something for her friends to hear. Is that
so? What I've
right?
heard is that they were actually on a double date with Ree and Jeff. So they had been out for the day, had a great day. Everyone was happy. They got into the Uber, I assume, or something. The four of them, a song came on, apparently. And Karina said, I've slept with him. I've slept with that rapper. And apparently Jeff and Ree sort of were like, oh my gosh, haha. Everyone had a bit of a laugh, thought it was just, kind of funny.
And Paul probably thought,
Paul,
the joke's on me.
Did not take it well. He felt disrespected, as he said, embarrassed. And I'm wondering, is it just because it was in front of Ree and Jeff? Like, had she told him in a private moment, oh, by the way, just so you know, I've slept with this famous person, whatever, would he have reacted the same?
I know.
I'm not sure.
I know. So, and like if they were in the car, how much time, like was he stewing on that point so that then when they got home, he just,
I think so. I think it was a case of his ego being hurt and embarrassed
massively
in front of another couple. He was probably just sitting on it the whole way until they got home. Then she apparently realized how upset he was, and she was apologizing and saying, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. She did everything right by saying, I'm sorry that it upset you. And he just was so fuming, apparently, that he just didn't want to hear it. He said he couldn't accept her apology because he felt like she wasn't being genuine.
Okay.
And he apparently just wanted to be left alone. And she continued to try and hug him, be like, I'm so sorry, and give him hugs, and it riled him up. And that's his story, is that pushed him to the point of, just get away from me, and he lost it.
Yeah, because then we get to the bit where they're at the dinner party and he speaks up quite early and says, I've got something to tell you, blah, blah, blah. And everyone is just in shock. And and Karina seems to be supporting him, they're almost like she feels sorry for him.
I think she genuinely accepts his apology.
And they've moved past it.
They've moved past it. She believes she hasn't seen that side of him before. Granted, it's only been, 5-6 weeks.
Yeah, she said she feels safe.
Yeah, she feels safe. She accepts the apology. She believes he's being super genuine.
Yeah.
So,
and then what's happening is that every time they tell the story to someone new, they have to relive it like it's happened again.
Yeah.
And I guess he's either a really good actor or he's getting inside his own head really massively and just finding it really hard to get past this. Also wondering how the rest of Australia is going to be judging him.
Oh,
and he's going to stay on the show. And they
are judging hard. I think everybody, the other couples are really judging hard.
That's right. And so apparently he was allowed to stay on the show if he refrained from drinking. And then just to, accidentally fast forward, we see him drinking at the retreat.
Well, I was thinking about that.
People are researching whether that's zero alcohol.
That's what I was thinking.
beer.
I was wondering, is it zero alcohol beer or has that just been overlooked?
Yeah.
I don't know. And apparently he had to do counselling sessions every Saturday morning.
Really? What?
Yeah, that was just a
do.
little bit of goss I heard.
So, there's the possibility there when you're on that show, if you actually do really want to do some growth, some growth work, you can really better yourself. But yeah, for his situation, I put a poll up on Instagram stories for the Buzz and said, do you think Paul was being treated too harshly or anything like that, by John the expert? And people were like, no, we don't think he was treated too harshly at all. So, yeah, it was pretty much 90% of people said that. So, yeah, we can see definitely what Australia is thinking.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're not in his... And, yeah, it's no violence is condoned at all.
It's not acceptable.
He's going to kick himself for the rest of his life, though.
And then the thing is, because you don't really know the background of these people, you have to think, okay, is this the first time he's ever done that?
That's what I want to know. And has any other girlfriends come forward?
Was it a complete lack of judgment, terrible mistake that he made that he'll regret for the rest of his life and he'll never do it again? We don't know. You can't see into the future.
Is he known for having a bad temper?
Yeah.
We don't know.
These are the things you don't know. Definitely one can say absolutely terrible thing he did and nobody condones that 100%. But is there any kind of background of this behavior? Will it happen in the future? You just don't know.
But usually when someone does something like this, or say there's a big scandal and someone has an affair, somebody always comes out of the woodwork and goes, yeah that's right, he did that to me too. Or we always had a volatile relationship. And I haven't seen anything like that yet.
Nothing's
Fingers crossed if you're Paul.
Nothing's
But
out yet.
so it's very scary. Yeah. And how's he been on the retreat? It feels like with what's
super quiet.
Yeah, with what's going it's quite strange with what's going on in the retreat. Him and Karina seem to be pretty much
he hasn't said a word, I think, since their commitment ceremony when he would burst out into tears and he was grilled by the experts. And
the experts just would not. They would not.
No, he didn't let up.
Crying his eyes out, red face, red eyeballs. I don't even think he could be that much of a good actor. He must really be feeling, going through it. And they were just like, no. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No. They were laying the boot in.
They didn't give him an inch, which I think they had. I think they had to do it. Though.
Yeah, they had to do it.
They had gone easy on him. Australia would have been in uproar.
And this is the representation of one of the biggest shows, and it goes global. Yeah. So I guess if we didn't take a stance on this type of behavior, then the show would have been absolutely annihilated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I think now stemming from that, from what Paul did, and from other little accusations that are coming out, like from Jackie, who's gone completely rogue. I saw something today of her posting about, I think she was speaking about the Paul situation, and then also talking about how she was in an abusive relationship. She had an abusive partner.
And Ryan was abusive.
Yes.
That's what she said as well. She said people were knocking on her door at 2 a.m. Are you okay? We heard Paul screaming. Now their situation is just, Ryan screaming. But their situation is so bizarre. You just don't know.
You don't.
I don't know if half of it's fake, half of it's real. Like if they were just playing up for the cameras, what do we believe from her?
Yeah.
But anyway, she has completely gone rogue, and she's going to milk every minute that she can from MAFS before it finishes.
She's telling all the behind the scenes secrets, all, you know, her horrible experience that she had.
But and do we know what Paul's job was before he came on the show?
He is some kind of I want to say it's like it's something to do with health and fitness, and it's FIFO. Like he goes, I think, up north, and I don't know.
Is he from Perth?
Yes.
Goodness. So we're going to be
Perth. We have a lot of, as we said last time, we've got a lot of Perth people. I didn't even realise Athena was from Perth.
My gosh.
I didn't realise, because when I saw pictures of her,
I know, which I'm sure we've all seen. I really hope they are together.
Saying, you know, in Perth, I was like, gee, did she make the trip over? I didn't even realise. So we've got big representation. I don't know if it's good, but
I know.
but
I know.
Yeah, we do.
We'll see.
So on the subject of what happened with Paul, Australia's in an uproar. They've got really angry about it, and a petition has been made.
This last night, I think you sent me this last night.
To the executives at Nine, the executives of the show, and a whole bunch of people that they're holding accountable. 10,000 people have signed the petition so far.
Wow.
So they're asking for a few things to be done. There's a list that I just found today. What's included in the petition, they're asking for zero tolerance policy for abuse.
Yeah.
All right. So whether,
I think that's a must, because especially for females, you just met that guy.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You're hopping into bed. I mean, I know it's not Love Island, which they're doing the same, but it's like you're hopping into
You're essentially being locked in a room with a stranger, someone you've never met. Well, for most of them, you've never met.
Do sexual type things with that person. It's like,
and you don't know. You don't know.
So
and then there
real time intervention and producer accountability. I think that's something Morena will hop on that.
Oh yeah, she's been very vocal.
Seen, she's been very vocal, and you've seen her go, you know who you are, producer. I will not be silent.
Yes. She is blaming producers for making her stay and basically not letting her leave.
They said to her, you will never work in Australia again. Well, that's what she said.
And they even sort of said to her, if you leave, you know you can be sued for $50,000.
That is in their contract.
So
that is in their contract.
Yeah, so they're
$50,000.
Putting that fear of them.
That's scary. You've got content warnings for viewers.
They want more content warnings for viewers. Education on healthy relationships.
That would be good.
Yeah, I mean,
because if they are setting precedents for everyone, or you know, setting good examples, and a younger crowd is watching this as well, then why not? Can we just say, look, you did this, but this is what's meant to happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Because I can see it as, you know, as crazy as MAFS is, I do kind of see it as a teaching tool for couples to sort of look at each other and go, wow.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, because I must say, like, you know, they need to be a good example. And up until this point, the experts I've had no respect for. Just no respect, because they're also trying to play the angles for TV, and now we can see right through that. But it's about time they actually started.
And I think that's why they really had to take a really strong stance on what happened with Paul.
Yeah. Responsible editing and storytelling, because when, you know, the camera's not on them and then they add little words in here and there, and we're seeing through that as well. So I think we need to move and grow with the times.
And I mean, I don't think there's one cast member that has said, yeah, my edit was great.
No,
it was exactly me. It was, you know.
They've all gone, my friends, no, that's not me.
Yeah. So, you know, they're making a TV show. They have to make it interesting. But I think there's a certain point where you need some reality in reality.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it authentic. I think the next thing is very important, because after you've been on a show like this, where is your help and support? Because you're about to go into the world again, who now has a complete opinion on you.
Yeah.
And so this is access to individual therapy for participants. Like, you need some little bit of support just to gradually come down into the real world again. Will you keep your same job? How will you deal with bullying online? You know, just to name a few. There's a plethora of
especially for those who've had that real villain edit. Whether it be that they really are that way, or it's, you know, enhanced maybe the way they are, it's still hard. I mean, you still got to think, you come out and you just get bombarded. And yeah.
The
next point that they have on the petition is they want comprehensive background checks on people. I would have thought that would have been done anyway.
Imagine the first day, season 1, doing Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
Just get all these people on.
Yeah.
You would have learned from that lesson.
Yeah. I would expect that they're already doing that. Maybe they need deeper checks. I'm not sure. And then the other one that they've got on here is
the onboarding
an expert consultant.
So specialist in domestic, family, sexual violence, should be involved at all stages of production, from casting to editing, just to provide that expert guidance on participant safety and ethical content delivery. But yeah, because, you know, one producer can't be an expert on everything. So
and producers aren't experts on those sort of things. Their job is to make entertainment. You know, their job is to make the wildest show that Australia's hooked on.
That we just don't want it to end.
Yeah, and I think most of the time, you know, that's not in their thought process.
No,
so
not at all.
It would be good to have someone.
Not at all. And something you touched on last week as well, the
duty of care. Yeah.
Yes. So they have to protect both participants and the audience from harm. Yeah. So by airing,
because I guess because a lot of people watching it, especially with the Paul situation, you know, a lot of people could be triggered by that. And I think that goes back to the, you know, warnings at the top of the shows and that sort of thing.
That's right. And and just that little thing that they flash on after Paul, like if anyone's been, you know, in a domestic, I don't think that's enough really for someone who's been triggered. Yeah, and something we already said, really clear post-show support and safeguards, really.
And then accountability and transparency from Channel 9, I guess.
Yeah, because as well, like even when there are problems, like they don't really sort of like speak out. Just you know, they just hide in the background, and no producers will be saying anything, you know, just I guess to protect them legally.
No producers will be harmed in the making of this program.
Correct.
Because they aren't really held to account. I mean, and what we're hearing now is, wow, they do some sneaky, shady things to make the contestants say things, not leave when they want to leave because of threats. Yeah, it's dodgy, isn't it?
Imagine if you're not a mentally strong person and you don't really know you know, who you are, and, you know, and you're just there for the ride and easily sort of like influence, then okay, they're going to talk you into a whole lot of things.
And I would say it's just not for you. Like,
I know.
Save your sanity and just don't do
know.
it. As much as we love this show,
but
like, and it's great entertainment for us watching it, but
also,
you know,
where do they go after this show?
Yeah.
Is it completely necessary? Why they have to ask themselves why they're doing it. If it's for 5 minutes of fame, then by all means go and do it. But if it's, you know, I don't know.
If it's for love, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
one out of every season.
I'm not sure how many seasons we've had. I'm not sure. This is the 10th.
This is 12, I think.
12.
Yeah.
And we just I saw something on Instagram where 5 couples have made it through and actually either gotten married, had kids, engaged, that sort of thing. Because it's not a good track record.
No, when you weigh it up against things like Farmer Wants a Wife,
it's
got a high track record.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit more authentic.
They're even starting to make that a bit.
Starting to make that drama feel.
That was a really wholesome. You know, you actually watch that for the love connection. Last episode I saw, I felt a bit like, oh, come on, guys.
I know.
Keep it nice.
Because they put girls in there that were clearly city chicks.
Yeah.
And you knew they weren't going to settle. They couldn't, you know, you got to get in there, hold the sheep.
Yeah.
And they weren't about it. They didn't want mud on their boots.
Yep. I wouldn't be signing up for that.
Producers are going, look what works for Married at First Sight. We might go down that way.
We don't need 2 of those. One's enough.
Well, we learned from our episode last week that this week's little episode is going to be a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But, but when we get together next time, because I'm sure we will, we have to talk about the retreat. Because it is my favourite part, and for us now it's coming to an end. So we're going to have to do a little recap on the retreat and the dynamics of all the personalities that are going on.
Yes.
So I hope
very interesting.
You would join me for that.
Definitely. I'm here for the MAFS ride, guys.
Yay.
So we'll see you then.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.